Hello traders, and welcome to Trading the Trend. I am Dennis, and this is my weekend report for week ending July 8th. And as you can see, we are looking at the S&P 500. And of course, the week before we had the big engulfing candle, and this past week we had continuation. And we're just shy of an all-time high here. That white line there, that's the level, the all-time high set back here. I believe it is 2134. We got up to 2131 before pulling back a little bit. We did, however, have an all-time weekly closing high. So we're set to set a new record early next week, if the market decides to do that. We've been here before, and it has retreated from this level, so we'll have to wait until next week to see what happens. Other indexes, the Dow 30, it's got a little bit further to go to get to that new all-time high, and the NASDAQ is the weaker of the three. It has quite a ways to go until it gets to its all-time high. But for now, everything looks great in stock land. So let's check out some commodities. And I've been looking at this gold miners index, and it just continues to rocket higher. I mean, we're in parabolic mode right here. I mean, this thing can't continue to go up at this rate. It's got to consolidate and come down at some point. But right now, it's up 122% for the year versus 28% for the year in gold and 45% for the year in silver. Matter of fact, if we take a quick look at gold, there's gold looking great, and silver had the huge move last week, or the 2 weeks ago, and then this past week a little bit of continuation. It might be running out of steam. It's had such a big move here. We really need to see a little bit of a pullback and consolidation in these metals before they move any higher. So maybe that'll happen next week. Now let's look at some currencies. First we'll look at my strong week rankings, and here we are. Yen, the Japanese yen continues to be on top. New Zealand has really done well. I mean, the last 5 weeks it has not fallen below number 2 in my rankings, so it continues to look good. Europe is weak across the board, as we can see. Pound still has no love there. It's trying to find a bottom, but that really hasn't happened yet. Now let's look at some currency pairs. And of course we'll start here with the euro US dollar, and here's that consolidation that we're still in. We're still under the influence of that pin bar reversal at the top of this consolidation, this range that we're in, and just a small down week. It looks like we're finding some support there at the 110 levels, so we'll have to see if that continues to hold. And now let's look at the Aussie US dollar. The Aussie's been a little bit stronger than the dollar, and you can see we've had six up weeks in a row, even though they haven't been really big moves. But we are continuing to move higher there. And if you look at this, it does look like we've hit a double bottom here, and that we're trying to make some higher highs. We had a higher low, so if we can get above this high, then we'll keep that trend moving. Looking at the euro Aussie, that's had a pretty good down move. I've made some money on this one this past week, but we are getting close to some major support here. We're just a little under 100 pips away from this 145 area, and that is definitely going to be some major support. You also have the 200-week moving average just below that. That's also going to offer a lot of support. And now we'll look at the last one we'll look at will be the Japanese and the Japanese yen and the pound. since that is our top strong week trade. And as you can see, another good down move, and this has just been a huge move. What is this, 6,000 yeah, about 6,000 pips this thing has moved lower, and we've seen 3,000 of that just in the last few weeks. So no reason not to continue to be short this one. If we back out a little bit further, we are getting closer to some all-time lows in this one. So what are we looking at? Just once we get down to 120, then it might be a little harder to go any lower. So we'll have to see. But that's what I have for you this week, and check out my threads for daily updates. Talk to y'all later.